One morning in the temple courts, a group of scribes and Pharisees brought a woman before Jesus. She had been caught in the act of adultery. They reminded Jesus of the law of Moses, which demanded she be stoned. Then they asked, "What do you say?" It was a trap. But Jesus didn't answer right away. Instead, he stooped down and began writing in the dirt with his finger. Then he stood up and said something that has echoed through the centuries. "Let him who is without sin among you be the first to throw a stone at her." Then, just as calmly, he returned to the ground and continued writing. One by one, the accusers walked away, from the oldest to the youngest, until only Jesus and the woman remained. "Woman, where are they?" he asked. "Has no one condemned you?" "No one, sir," she replied. "Then neither do I condemn you," Jesus said. "Go now and leave your life of sin." John 8, verses 1 through 11. That moment beautifully illustrates a point Paul would later make in Romans 2. After condemning the sins of the Gentile world in chapter 1, Paul turns his attention to his Jewish audience, and he says, in effect, "You're judging others for sin, but you're guilty of the same things." He addresses the sin of self-righteous judgment. A wise man once said, "We hate our own faults, especially when we see them in others." Isn't that true? But Paul challenges us to look inward, not outward, to consider how we measure up, not how others fall short. We need to remember, God's judgment is according to the truth. It's not based on our opinions, traditions, rumors, or prejudices. It's based on God's word. Secondly, God judges according to our deeds. Being raised in a spiritual family doesn't excuse you. Belonging to an active church won't save you. Each one of us will stand before God individually. Every soul, each one, every man. Paul uses these expressions to stress personal responsibility. What matters is what you have done with what God has given. And then thirdly, God is impartial. That's hard for us to fully grasp because we are not. We have biases. Either we admit it or not. But God, he shows no favoritism, no preference. He judges fairly across all people, backgrounds, and cultures. So, when we open God's word, let's start with this question. Lord, is it I? There's time to judge righteously, John 7:24. But Paul's message is clear. Be careful, be humble, be honest. Because God sees not just what we say, but who we are. Let's drop the stones and look in the mirror. Thanks so much for listening. Have a great and wonderful day.